Alright, here's a strange article I found on one of my browsers from CBC. Nazi tunic on display at St. Jacobs, Ontario, antique shop, no longer for sale. An antique shop in St. Jacobs received backlash over selling a Nazi uniform. Is no longer making the item available for purchase. St. Jacob's Antiques Market was selling the Nazi tunic, which has a party pin and armband, for $6,500. I kind of thought it would be more. It was openly displayed in a clear case. Oh no! In a statement to CBC News, the store said it hopes to help preserve history. Yeah, and educate future generations about the horrors of the Second World War. Just to be clear, we do not support Nazism, the statement said. We have removed the tunic. It was not our intention to offend anyone. Yeah, their intention was to sell it and make money. So they're hoping to sell it for $6,500. So they probably paid, what, $1,000, maybe $2,000 for it? Still though, I'm very curious as how they themselves came across it. Were they appraising someone's house? Or items therein? Or did someone just walk in with it and say, hey, this is my granddad's, or was my granddad's or something? Anyway, news that the uniform was being sold has prompted online backlash. Yeah, because you gotta imagine all the lefties would lose their crap over it. The statement by the antique dealers said they hope to work with the Friends of Simon Wiesenthal Center for Holocaust Studies, FSWC, in the future. The center said it first learned about the item late last week after someone reported it to the Waterloo Regional Police Service. As of Wednesday early afternoon, the police did not respond to the CBC's request for comment. Selling Nazi items, not good conscience. Daniel Patin, a spokesperson for the Wiesenthal Center, explained why selling a Nazi uniform is different from selling any other vintage item. So, I googled it. It's not illegal to sell Nazi stuff. So anyway, back to the article. The ideology that it represents is not dead and in fact is resurgent in many parts of the world. We have to take anything that could possibly glorify that ideology and trivialize the memory of what was done in its name very seriously, he said. There is nothing that a Nazi tunic can teach an individual that can't be learned better from a quality history book, lecture, or education session. It all depends on the author of the book. Like, for the longest time, I always believed Nazis were nationalists, but socialism is in their name. You know, what's in a name? Nationalist, Socialist, German Workers' Party. So, the nationalist part isn't socialist, but everything else is socialist stuff. And the person is right. The tunic can't teach anything, because it's just a tunic. I mean, you could put it on display in a museum, and yes, someone might buy it for their own personal collection, and yes, that personal collection might be the fact that they're a Nazi diehard or whatever, but in my opinion, you can't tell people what they can and cannot do in their own house, because like I said, it's not illegal, as far as I could tell, to sell Nazi stuff. So if somebody buys that and puts it in their closet because they're a closet Nazi, as long as they're not doing anything illegal, it's none of my business. It shouldn't be anyone else's either. Pennington said the antiques dealer should consider the impact Nazi memorabilia can have on survivors of the war. Well, three things. One, the antique dealer was just looking to make a profit. Figured they could make money off it. 2, I'm pretty sure people from the 40s have thicker skin than people today. A lot thicker. And 3, I don't think someone's going to be walking around in the tunic after spending $6,500 for it. And, you know, it's an antique. So I highly doubt they'll be walking out side with it, knowing full well that as soon as someone sees them in that uniform, it's gonna get ruined, because people are gonna throw everything they have at it. We are still in the living memory period of World War II and in the Holocaust, so we have to consider the impact that witnessing something like this would have upon Holocaust survivors or veterans who fought against the regime that it symbolizes. Again, it's an antique. I don't think someone's going to be walking outside with it. Either donated the Nazi uniform to an established memorial or education institution or destroy it. You know, I'm pretty sure if you offered the antique dealer $6,500, they would just give you the tunic, because that's what they're selling it for, and you could do whatever you wanted with it. So right there it says in the article, it is not illegal to trade or sell Nazi memorabilia in Canada. Michael Levitt, President and Chief Executive Officer, said in the news release. Yeah, so don't complain about it. It's not illegal, yet. Displaying or selling Nazi memorabilia, profiting off such items associated with the genocide of 6 million Jews and millions of others, goes against good conscience. But it's not illegal. Like, what is good conscience? Everyone's conscience is different, in my opinion. My conscience is pretty straightforward. It's not illegal, therefore it's not a crime. I know laws change and stuff, but if it's not illegal and they say it's not illegal, then don't get in a tizzy about it. Jamie Keisner Roberts, also from FSWC, previously told CBC News there should be laws that would make the sale of such items illegal in Canada. Well, there you go. If you're so upset about it, petition the government to make it illegal. Don't be berating an antiques dealer for just dealing in antiques. Goes on to say, we find it very difficult to imagine any legitimate reason why someone would want to possess them, she said. Maybe someone collects antiques from the Second World War. Nazi tunic is an antique from the Second World War era. Maybe it's a local museum that, figured, hey, this would draw people to our museum. Or again, closet Nazi. Well, anyway, I thought for sure dealing in Nazi paraphernalia would be illegal in Canada. But anyway, I thought the article was interesting. Well, take care out there.